Alright, welcome everyone to day number 53 of building my business and showing you how I am building it. And what I'm building. The biggest question. The biggest question what I'm building, as always. So I am building here learnapex.com. Basically, the idea behind this platform that it should provide you a lot of practice. This is something that I see is missing for people who want to learn how to code in Salesforce ecosystem, right? Let's take you're an admin, right? You want to learn how to code. Where do you go? Trailhead. But Trailhead is terrible. Trailhead is so terrible for learning how to code that you really, literally cannot learn how to code on Trailhead. So what you do usually, if you're really serious about it, you go and learn another programming language, Java, for example, or Python or JavaScript, and then you go back and try to relearn Apex and who knows what resources. And this is what I'm focusing. I'm focusing this phase from complete zero, I have no idea about coding, to getting actually good at coding. And one of the way you can do it is with a lot of practice. You just go and solve, let's say, 100 tasks. Let's imagine if you solve 100 tasks. You think you would be a better developer? For sure. And this is what I'm building here. I'm building here a platform that basically would allow you to do that. And we already have quite a lot of different stuff. We already have here 12 topics. We already have over 100 tasks. And currently I'm building the SOCL part of it. And then we're going to build more advanced stuff like triggers, for example. And the plan for today would be create SOCL tasks. I have here, I think, around 70 SOCL tasks. And I'm going to need to put them into a database so that they are visible on the platform. That's going to be a little bit of pain because we're going to need to work with JSON. We have a lot of tasks, but I hope the ChatGPT will help me. That's the plan for today. And good luck on your journey. I'm in the same boat. Thank you. Thank you. What do you mean on the same boat? Are you building a business? If you are building a business, by the way, you could join a server if you still haven't. Yesterday we had Discord only discussion in event. Basically, we just were talking together. We end up somehow talking about Porsche. But that was really fun. That was really, really fun. And we're gonna do it again. That's for sure. That's for sure. And let me, as always, write a welcome message. Welcome to the day 53. So 53 days in the row I was streaming how I built this business. And I stream everything. I stream as much as I can. Which also includes the boring part. This is something that people don't really stream that much. Let me include here. Video producer and stream manager. Yeah. So that's something that people don't really stream that much. Is that creating business is not that much of a fun usually. It's kind of sometimes just these tasks that I'm doing here. So here's an example. I have different topics here. And I need to put all of these tasks into the JSON so that I can upload it to the database. Yes, I have been learning full stack for 8 months now, and I'm going all in as a tech entrepreneur. Nice, man, nice. This is awesome. Do you have any idea what you're building? What you're gonna build? It's gonna be your first. I assume it's first business. I don't know if it's your first business. I got to run, but I'll join the Discord. Yeah, join the Discord and you can write in the introduction there so that we have an idea. Introduction here so that we have an idea who you are and what you're doing. And by the way, guys, I wanted to share this, so I shared here in the Discord. This is such a good for whoever. If you're trying to grow anywhere on the social media, then chances are you're writing something, right? So you're writing in LinkedIn, for example, or you're writing emails or sales copy for your site. This is such a key skill for anyone. And this video is like so valuable. It's, I don't know, I feel like I should have paid for this video because it's so good. Before we actually do that, let me see if I can set up alerts in Twitch. alerts basically things where something is displayed on the screen when someone subscribes. I think it would be much more fun if I could do that. But copy browser source, let's see. But then we also gonna need someone to unsubscribe and subscribe to me on Twitch so that we can see. I don't know if that works with unsubscribing and subscribing on Twitch. Or just subscribe, guys. Just subscribe. What's... Okay, let's see. Let's first test it out. I'm gonna add it in OBS as a browser input. I'm gonna call it alert. And I hope it's gonna work. Alert box. Let's edit alerts. Everywhere. Save changes. So let's see. If someone subscribes now... Wow. If someone subscribes on Twitch... Or wait, or follows. Follows or subscribes. What's the difference on Twitch? I think follows. That's... Ah, okay, so subscribing, it's basically... Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Channel points. Do I have channel points? I don't think so. No, I don't think I have channel points. No, I don't have channel points. Alright, let's just wait and see if someone subscribes, then we're gonna see the notification or not. Alright, so let's start with actual work. Where can I put it? Wait. Alright, seems good. So the actual work, it's gonna be a little bit pain. I need to find basically the JSON tasks that I had. So here are all my tasks, and I need to put them into the JSON format. And we already have something working here. It's not in production, but we already have on the local hosted list working some tasks, and some tasks are not working. So it's actually super hard to build this whole SOQL query functionality. We are basically building up from zero a whole engine, a whole SOQL engine, and that's kind of hard. But yeah, I when I started with this task, we hoped that we're gonna finish in 1, maybe 2 days, and it's been already, I think, 5 days. But nevertheless, we're still gonna be able to do that. That's fine. It's totally fine. I just need to find learnapex.com, SOQL. I think this open. Zodiac, nice. Sad. I'm not sad. I'm quite in a good mood. How can I be sad if I have here my coffee? Drowsy, what does it even mean? You probably can't even read what's written on the left side. But I can. Not completely awake. No, that's not true. I've been awake for quite a time. Okay, so this is topic 1, this is topic 2. Yeah, so topic 2 we had probably 12 tasks. Okay, topic 2 is done. So now we need to do the topic 3 limit. I think we already have the topic 3. Yeah, we already have the topic 3, right? Yeah. Non-energetic. Ah, come on, man. What a nice way to go to the stream. I'm good. I'm good. I don't know. No, I'm super hyped. I don't know. I'm super... Oh, wow. So someone subscribed. But I don't see any notification. Damn it. But I heard the voice. Just followed you there. I heard like in Twitch, but I didn't. Looks like it is working. It is working. I don't see anything. Did you see any like notification on the? Ah, yes, it is working, man. Okay, nice. Nice, it is working. Nice. Welcome. Welcome. But the sound was pretty much. I was actually quite scared for a second. What the hell? Let me rewatch this part. Yeah, nice. Nice. Just full of things. Nice. It's working. Awesome. No, I could see it on the stream. Yeah, yeah. It's just my stream is I think it's lagging a little bit sometimes. That's why I didn't see it. But yeah, nice. It looks like it's working. Awesome. Yeah, thank you for subscribing. Okay, so what do we have here? We have this third one, and it's done. 5 accounts. Yeah, it's done. Now we need the number 4. It's gonna be topic 4. Let me just steal the structure of the first 2. Let me maybe put some music, because otherwise it's very silent. I think the last time rock was quite well. So that you don't say that I'm low energy, I'm gonna put something that is pumping. No. That's much better. How about this? Now you're still gonna say that I'm sleepy, even with this music? Okay, so I usually do the first 2 tasks and then I let the ChatGPT finish. Or not ChatGPT, I would say Copilot. Guys, the event in the community where we could actually talk with the voice, it was so much fun. It was so much fun. I'm definitely gonna do it again. I also thought about maybe we could build some kind of accountability for people. Something like you choose a partner, basically you write your goals. Let's say my goal is to make I don't know, 20 YouTube videos. And then we let people reply to these goals and we match you, and you have kind of you schedule a call and you have this accountability factor so that you're accountable for both. Also, was it the first one yesterday? Yeah, it was the first one yesterday. We didn't really know what to expect with Doubt. As he said yesterday, he prepared some stuff, but because not that many people show up, that didn't make sense, right? Did you continue without me for a bit after that? Yes, I had to go on the meeting, but we spent definitely like at least an hour yesterday chatting. Which video just got back? We're speaking not about the video. I'm speaking about the voice event that we had yesterday. It was really awesome. Because this way, I can basically only communicate to you, right? Like one way. But if we go to the voice chat, that's so good because we can communicate just directly and we can discuss whatever topic. Yesterday, for whatever reason, we end up discussing cars and Porsche. Quite nice. Right, so-called query to select contacts. Oh, nice. Yeah, that feels good. Because that's my dream. That no, I don't know, not dream, but this is the sign of a community when you people can basically go and continue without me. Right, so-called query to select contacts, first name. Number of employees. I definitely would like to have something with accountability, but I don't really have an idea. Like, I wrote down I have some notes, but I don't have a proper idea how to do it. We can start with feedback Fridays for projects everyone working on. Yeah. Yeah, but the thing is that because not that many people joined, I suspect it's gonna be the same for Friday. But who knows? Who knows? Ankit, welcome. What's going on? I'm creating tasks. More tasks. And we're discussing that the voice chat event yesterday was really awesome. I think one of the difficulties would be also to make the right time zone for everyone. And I would probably not go for Friday, I would go for something like Monday. Because Friday, I'm not really sure that people want to go and hang out anywhere on Friday. And you can also make a counter argument that on Monday everyone's busy, right? Unsubscribe in Twitch. I don't think it worked. At least I didn't hear the sound. All cases, so it works. Last week. You joined. Can you please do what you're exactly doing right now? I'm creating tasks for the Sokol part of the course. So this part is actually quite unique because the way you check the Sokol queries is completely different. It's not the way we check code, for example, because it's not really code, it's a Sokol language. So we need to come up with other way of checking it. So Sasha have been working on it for the last week, and it's actually a hard task. And now I was going over all the topics that we have, and I was coming up with tasks and exercises for all the theoretical topics, and we end up having more than, I think, 60 or 70 tasks in total. So it's a lot of tasks, and we need to put these tasks into the JSON so that I can upload it to MongoDB, and then they can be rendered on the platform. So it's gonna be a hard one. I mean, uploading, the last time it took me a whole weekend to do all the 100 tasks, but I've been doing it as crazy. I don't understand what you mean, Zodiac. Okay, so we have 5. I think we need to give a little bit more generous points, like 10 points maybe for this task. And definitely 10 for this one. In general, I don't wanna... One of the latest Spring 24 Salesforce releases allow you to write formulas in Apex instead of having formal fields. Ah, this is actually nice. Up for my head. Formula fields in Apex 2024. Maybe I could come up with something, because it's interesting. That would allow me to you mean recalculate formulas? You mean this thing? Or you mean something else? This is actually a nice one, so you don't need to query basically. Evaluate dynamic formulas in Apex. Let's see. Let me copy from what you write. Well, let's see. Okay, it's very small. Evaluate user-defined formals for Apex objects and S objects by using the classes in the formula eval namespace. With this feature, avoid necessary DML statements to recalculate formula field with the... Yeah, you know the funny part that formulas in Salesforce, they're not even saved. This is why you cannot write a trigger, for example, on a formula, because they're actually not saved in the database. They're just calculated on the fly. Imagine. So when you retrieve something, only then they are calculated. Yeah. So formula eval, formula instance, is it super from builder dot with return type? Oh, okay, so it's not like super straightforward thing, but what do they want with return type, with formula build? Because maybe we could include, in general, I want to include as much as possible in the platform, everything that you would need as a developer, and formula is still something that you would need as a developer, right? So maybe it would be helpful for me. This will allow less usage of formula fields. I'm not sure if that's about the formula fields itself. I think it's where, you know, quite frequently you have a problem in Apex where you have a trigger, you have certain records, but they don't have a formula. Or for example, you queried something but it's without a formula, so you need to, in a lot of cases, you need to re-query things only so that you can get the formula field, and that adds one SOQL query on top of that. So if you can avoid it and recalculate the formulas, that's actually quite nice. The most important thing that I hope that this recalculate formula, it doesn't use the additional SOQL query under the hood. Yeah, no, this is really nice actually. It's really nice. Or you can, for example, trigger recalculation of the formula from Apex, also quite nice thing. Yeah, no, it's really good. For example, if you need the formula, so you make some changes on a S object and you need some formula, and then you need to continue with this logic, then you need to basically go and put your record into the database, commit to the database, and then get back the record, and then you have the formulas recalculated. So instead of this blah blah blah, you would go and just make this formula eval. So it's quite nice feature. It's really good feature. Love this feature. Which is metadata plus data snapshot scratch org. I'm not that much familiar with Scratch orgs, so I also don't really. I'm excited about this one, but I'm not that much excited about the snapshot. So because I'm not really using them. Org snapshots. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think they had this. I guess it's basically a data snapshot. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really using this thing, so I know what you mean. Not really using this thing. Yeah, what do you think? What are the use cases? So I can't really think about use cases, like, because all this Scratch org things, they're just nice to have, right? It's not that you have to use them in certain cases, right? It's like nice to have, but I don't find that much value in them, except I've seen one application of Scratch orgs, and it was in the DevOps. So in DevOps, you can basically use the Scratch orgs for validating the code that you sent, or the automation that you put into the GitHub. This is the biggest, like the most useful application of Scratch orgs that I know. But except of that, I'm not really sure what are the real scenarios for Scratch orgs. the last time I tried them, they still were quite buggy, and you couldn't really develop on them, because I think the vision that Salesforce has for Scratch orgs is that you have a Scratch org, and you basically instead of using how you call them? Instead of using sandboxes, you basically create and have different Scratch orgs, right? So you develop one small feature in one Scratch org, and then you ship this feature, and then you kill the Scratch org. This is kind of the vision that Salesforce has for Scratch orgs. But I find that it's good in theory. It doesn't really work in practice though, because they are quite buggy. The Scratch orgs. Like, this was always something was breaking with the Scratch orgs when I was trying to do them. But it was, I think, 2 years ago, so I don't know, maybe they improved them. Not 2 years ago, 1.5 years ago. So maybe they improved them. In general, I'm quite not sure why Salesforce doesn't really care that much about the developer experience. They're pushing so much the no-code solutions, right? But they don't really care that much about the developer experience, which sucks, because if you have very bad developer experience, for us developers, it doesn't really make such a big difference in which field to work, right? I can go and work as a front-end developer, right? At least I hope. Until they watch my streams with coding that I had, I think, a few months ago with Next.js. No, but I could, in theory, if I learn a little bit more of Next.js, I could work as a front-end developer or any other developer, right? Because developer is a developer. And you kind of tend to choose more developer-friendly ecosystem. And Salesforce doesn't try to be developer-friendly. And that kind of sucks for developers. They try to be no-code friendly. Okay, another feature in Apex is now you can generate zip files within Apex. Okay, zip files within Apex. Wow. I don't remember. You know what kind of application I had for this case? Actually, we had an integration where we were sending some data like zip files over HTTP. For many of Salesforce customers who can only afford an admin, pushing flows make their product easier to configure. No, yeah, I agree. If at the end, the most important thing that matters is the business. And I think, for example, my business is a good example. I'm not using Salesforce, right? Even though I'm Salesforce developer, but Salesforce is not the right tool for my business. And if you look at my website, it's not awesome. It's not design heavy, right? And it's probably quite a bad developer experience. But I would rather have an excellent teaching program, an excellent teaching course, than decent teaching course and decent website. No, I would rather have a bad website, but excellent teaching course, because that's the core of my business. And the same goes for any other business. So it's totally normal that developer experience is kind of put aside for Salesforce for a lot of companies, but not for all of them, right? Because Salesforce also, it's big on really big companies like Coca-Cola. There, I think it matters. Okay, we have average number of employees, okay. We have min max. And one last feature I want you to look for Apex is the null coalescing operator. Yeah, this is I'm not really sure how to read this thing, coalescing operator, whatever. But I think this is a good feature. This is a really good feature. This is something that I will be using. You know, there are some features where you see it and you're like, pam, it's easy to understand, and you will be using it all the time. So it's really nice. I don't even remember when was the last time Apex was updated with. No, that's not true. They are updating, but the syntax of Apex is not really updating that much, right? They are updating, for example, queuable, scheduled, all of that, but the syntax of Apex is rarely updated. Okay, everything seems to be good at this point. Wait, it's not what I wanted. What's the difference between select count ID from contact and select count from contact? Yeah, it's the same. It's different when you have field that is not unique. If you put it on the unique field, it's the same. If you have not unique, I think it doesn't count. So for example, if you have a unique field, like a name, for example, and you have a name which is called A, and then B, and then A, and then A, and then B again, then select count will I think include all of them. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will be select count if you count the name, right? But if you count, there's another thing called count distinct, and count distinct, it's gonna give you, I think, what, 2 or something. So that's the difference. But if you do count ID, because ID is a unique field, it doesn't make it any difference. You have 1,000 subs, man. Yeah, I do. That's huge. That's huge. I'm super happy about this thing. Yeah. Let's see if that's correct. I should have removed those things. Yeah, seems to be correct. And only 2 topics left. Nice. Goes quite quick. In a lot of cases, what I find if you just relax and you don't try to go super quick, you will actually be moving much quicker. Because now I feel relaxed. I don't feel a rush. I don't have a deadline that I need to do it until X, and I'm just slowly and steady going task by task and uploading it. This is really good learning content. You mean the tasks that I'm uploading here? I think they are, and especially because you have also a lot of tasks that are repetitive. So basically you're doing, for example, the first one select. You have select ID name blah blah from contact, and then you have select blah 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 from opportunity, and then blah blah blah. So it's really, I think it's repetitive, and that's why it's really good for practicing. And the whole platform, I'm sure it will be #1 platform in, let's take, so I don't know when exactly it's gonna happen. But I'm sure that this will be the platform #1 in the next couple of years. Maybe I won't be able to do it from the first try. From the first I launch and then it skyrockets. Probably it's not going to be the case. But I think it's going to be slowly, steady improvement. And at some point, let's say in 1 year, we're going to make a much bigger breakthrough. Because we do need a lot of time to create really good learning materials for this platform. But as soon as we are done with every major Apex topic, that's gonna be huge, but it's gonna take time to do it. But I think even now the platform is super helpful. But it took me so much time to create even what we have now. If you can help in any way, just let me. If I can help in any way, just let me know. Yeah, thank you. I'm probably gonna offer some kind of yeah, let's see. I don't even know when I'm gonna be launching. Can you help me learn Apex? Zodiac, you don't need to learn Apex. Why would you want to learn Apex? So you need to learn Apex in 2 cases. First case, you already know Salesforce, and second case, you're already working as a developer. These 2 cases. If you don't know Salesforce, or you're not that good, not necessarily working as a developer, but have some development knowledge, some coding knowledge, I think you have a coding knowledge. But if you already have a coding knowledge, why would you go to Salesforce? Because think about it, in Salesforce you cannot launch any startups at all. I mean, you can, but it's very hard. It's like double or triple hard as if you're just a front-end developer. So I think if you're a front-end developer, you have much more business possibilities in comparison to the Salesforce developers. For example, when I was working as a Salesforce developer, I tried to find work in a startup. I physically couldn't find any single startup that is hiring for Salesforce related roles. Not a single one. And I had already experience back then. I just didn't find, like, literally zero in Germany. Not because... Plus I wouldn't do to focus in Salesforce, man. Don't go to Salesforce, man. Why would you go to Salesforce? You're young. Don't go to Salesforce. Salesforce is a B2B platform. Does it sound exciting for you, B2B? Even when I speak about B2B as these words flying from my mouth, I don't feel excitement. You're 12. Man, what are you doing here? Go to school. Stop slacking off. It's Friday. I think it's because many startups use Salesforce later when have some revenue. Your thoughts? I agree, actually. I mean, there are definitely startups that are using Salesforce, but the problem is, and I had actually I went into the interview phase with one kind of startup, and I mean, you know, the funny thing about startups, you can call startup whatever you want, and in Germany they have very strange perception of a startup. I think it was this one, DKFP. Yeah, this one. Deutsche Firmenkreditpartner. It is a startup, but you can see how many people work here, and all of them wear costumes, right? At least on the photo. So, yes, they're a startup, but they're not your typical startup what you imagine. And this is kind of startups that are possible with a Salesforce job. So, does it look exciting for you? Yeah, I mean, it is exciting because I love those things, but I would say it's not for most people. I wouldn't recommend most people going there. Because I always loved anything that was related to the business. So I like those things, but yeah. And yeah, I would agree that a lot of, and yeah, those startups, they're still using Salesforce. It's just that they don't really, they usually hire some consultancy, right, to do Salesforce for them. And the problem is that Salesforce for them is not... Zodiac, please, Zodiac, don't spam like one message at the time, okay? So I think that the problem with working as a Salesforce developer for even a startup, that what you do is not really related to main product in most cases. It's like place number 10 in their priorities. So it's like you're working on something that is really much, that is very much behind the scenes, right? So this is the biggest problem with working on startups. Yeah, Zodiac, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the task number 4. Okay, what was the 3? The 3, write SQL query to get the keys. Unless it's like Salesforce partner or ISV. Yeah, ISV, this is interesting. This is interesting. Do you know any super successful ISVs? Salesforce. They just... Who raised millions. Wow, nice. Wow. They raised 12 million. Crazy. Employee experience. Speak it. So the Salesforce are just another CRM. Well, Salesforce is not just another CRM. Look at this. Salesforce market share. Salesforce is the #1 CRM, and not a single other CRM can go close to the Salesforce. I wonder what is the most updated version though. It's difficult to get your Salesforce app through their testing. Yeah, I totally agree on that. ServiceNow. I think ServiceNow is so small. It's not even on this image. It's not even on this. So market cap. It's huge. It's huge. 200 billion. Salesforce and ServiceNow. What? So ServiceNow is actually not that small. What the hell? I'm talking about the platform, not revenue. Yeah, but still. Okay, so the ServiceNow revenue is let's say 2.5 billion. Salesforce revenue let's say 2023 31 billion. So it's basically 10 times the difference, even more, like 11 times the difference between those companies. I think the nearest to Salesforce is actually HubSpot. Let's see, HubSpot revenue 2023. Ah, what? It's nothing. 2.1. Wow. What is the biggest? What is the biggest? The biggest CRM. What is the biggest CRM? CRM ranking, but not Salesforce. Microsoft Dynamics. We don't know their revenue, or do we know their revenue? 5.4 billion. Yeah, so you can see that no matter what company you compare, even if you take the revenue of Salesforce and you take all the next like 10 or 20 companies and you combine and you add up all of them, and they still gonna be less than how much Salesforce is worth. So basically, if you look at the CRM platforms, Salesforce is so far ahead as number one. There are definitely other that exist. Has industry-specific clouds. Yeah, I mean, so Salesforce is so much more than just a CRM. I think the biggest difference that Salesforce is an actual ecosystem. And its massive acquisition. Yeah. Code Clever, hi. Collaborative Oracle, hi. Biggest CRM is still Excel. I agree. I agree. Or I think at this point also Notion is catching up as a CRM. Yeah, I mean, if you look at HubSpot or ServiceNow or whatever, all the other things, they're basically just CRM. But Salesforce, it's not only CRM, right? I know people who have built a whole, and in fact, we built for few customers, we built a whole, the whole B2B commerce site on Salesforce. Well, technically not on Salesforce, but because they had so many acquisitions in these cases, they're huge. Yeah, I mean, I love Salesforce. Salesforce is awesome. But I kind of, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but whenever I see the ISVs companies, I just get the feeling of boredom. Okay, Provar is actually quite known one. But I don't know, I just even look at the screenshots and oh my god. He's really ignoring what if I'm leaving. Who am I ignoring? Okay. Yeah, Provar is actually, I think Provar is huge. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't work again. I wouldn't want to work when I think about startup or something or some kind of innovation and exciting. I don't really want to work for a company that innovates a dashboard or something. Like, uh, unless it's so, unless they pay a lot of money, and let's be honest, this is why a lot of developers work in the Salesforce ecosystem because they want to get paid very well, and this is normal. But still, yeah, I don't know. So why not clarity? What do you mean? Is exactly the same. Clarity? So what? Clarity CRM? If you point at any CRM and you say it's exactly like Salesforce, it's not. Salesforce is very unique, and there's not. No one is nearly close to being as powerful as Salesforce. How do you feel working as part of an internal team and customer using Salesforce? I have never worked as internal team. I have heard that it's less stressful than consulting, but I've been working all the time in consulting for quite a lot of different reasons. Working in consulting has a lot of benefits, especially if you're beginning of your career. That's such a nice way to grow because you can in consulting you can basically pack 5 years of experience in 3 years because you can overwork, you can increase your payment, depends on how much you work. You are incentivized for taking certifications, and you can work at different projects, and you can see a lot of different companies. So that was my choice in the beginning, like deliberate choice to work the first 4 or 5 years in consulting, and I'm kind of still. And I'm kind of still. I still love consulting. It's awesome. Beginning career consultant is good. Yeah, or being a consultant is also quite a good way to get into the Salesforce ecosystem actually, because you don't have to be super technical, right? Just need to love business, and you can learn so much from just even going and working for some business. You can learn the sales process, for example. You can learn how inside of the business work, because you cannot on Salesforce you cannot just go and implement something. It's not like you're implementing a website for a business without. If you're a front-end developer, you can implement a website for a business without understanding what exactly the inner process of business. But if you're a Salesforce developer, no, you go and you have to actually speak with them and actually go through the business process, so you can automate this business process. You cannot avoid understanding the business process. You have to understand, otherwise you wouldn't be able to write anything. All right, please name 10 features of Salesforce that other don't have. Oh man, there's so many features. Tell me if any. Apex. This is the biggest one. Do they have own programming language? Those CRM systems? I don't think so. Like this is so different. If you want to see what's the power of Salesforce, just go and try to solve a little bit of trailheads, and you will see that this is this very very different thing. I think if you even go to the Salesforce products, you can see the amount of products that they have, like marketing, integrations, analytics, everything, and all of that is like integrated. So it's very unique. It's very unique. Okay, let's finish this thing. APIs, identity solutions. Yeah. I mean, Flow is a big one, right? I don't know any other. Didn't Salesforce recently buy Slack? Yeah, they bought Slack. Yeah. I don't know if there's. Well, there's no such thing. Salesforce developer is just marketing, nothing else. Just open your mind. Come on, what the hell, man? I am a Salesforce developer. I've been working as a Salesforce developer for the last 5 years. You're telling me that it's a lie? What the hell? Flow is big and also trend right now. Yeah, I think Flow. I mean, they made it really powerful, right? It's really hard now to name a thing that you cannot do on Flow. What language you know, man? If you wanna go and see what Salesforce, you clearly have no idea about Salesforce. Oh, this one doesn't have a description. Let's write the description here. Or maybe let's search for this one in ChatGPT that I was using yesterday. Yeah, that's better than writing our own description. Okay, the last one. I think we already have this task in the system. Let me check. They might not be displaying here. Let me check in the database. No, oops, not users. Tasks. Okay, topics. Okay, so parent to child, we don't have anything. Okay, good. So we don't have anything. But we do have something in child to parent. And it's fine. We can always delete it then. Yeah, I think I created anyway 10 new tasks, so even if we have something for that, that's fine. This one's gonna be definitely 10 points. Nice, seems to be working now. Let's see. Yeah, well, now we need to upload them one by one. It's gonna suck a little bit. Because I need to catch all the IDs of all these tasks. And then I need to put these IDs into the lessons. Wow. By the way, JavaScript, TypeScript is actual languages. Don't think React something regular. Respect your friends who hold you from the back harder. More hard than any Salesforce. Ah? Sorry, what? Alright, let's upload the tasks. It's gonna be tasks. When did you first hear about Salesforce? That's funny thing how I end up in Salesforce. I was actually searching for, so I'm originally from Ukraine, but I've been living in Germany for the last, I would say, 6 years, I would say. And I was searching for something where I could be in between, where I could basically learn how people take a project in one country and then outsource it to another country. And I didn't really care what exactly in programming they're gonna do. I just wanted to go and learn how they do it, how they find clients here, how they outsource the project into another country. And for that I wanted to find a small company and learn from a small company. And I wanted to replicate basically the same company. And I was searching, it was really hard to find such a company. And then I found a perfect fit. Company that was founded by Ukrainian, who is in Germany, and he's the only one employee in Germany, and the whole development team sits in Ukraine. And I was a perfect fit because I could speak German, I could code, I knew Ukrainian, so I could be like in between of everything. So it was perfect fit from my perspective and from their perspective. And just by chance, just happened that they were doing Salesforce. I didn't care, I didn't even know what Salesforce. I still remember waiting for the bus and listening to a YouTube video where it was, I think, the second day on my job, and I was going to the office and I was waiting for the bus, and I'm staying there. It's sunny outside, it's beginning of the COVID, and I'm staying there and I'm listening to a YouTube video of what is Apex. I didn't know anything about it, and yeah, this is how I started, this is how I learned about Salesforce. Turns out to be quite a tough company. I didn't really learn that much from that, how to start a company. I just learned that it's super hard to start a company. Yeah. It was a nice experience though. It's a real nice experience. I mean, no, okay, that's not true. I learned a lot. This company has basically raised me from not developer to being a developer. And then I switched to another company which was just a proper German/UK company. And it was awesome. Wait, why it doesn't fit here? Query all leads. Okay, so this query all leads. Okay, I see. And I still recommend for people who are just starting out, if you go to consulting and to a small company, you're gonna learn so much. Because I was even writing articles back then. Working in a small company allows you to actually go and try all the different parts of just being a developer or being a little bit consultant, a little bit sales and so on. When I started working with Salesforce and told my friends who had no idea what Salesforce, they thought it was sales rep job. Yeah, this is the reaction that I get a lot. Also, it's like people used to ask me, so what do you work? And I used to say developer, and they asked what kind of developer. I said Salesforce developer, and they were like, what is this? Is it like are you like a developer? Are you like a real developer, or are you kind of not a real developer? I'm like, yeah, I'm just a normal developer, guys. I write code all the time. Working startup has high learning curve and good for career. Yeah, I agree. I think in the beginning of career, the best thing is to practice as much as you can, which means usually it means go and try to work as much as you can. Okay, the next topic. Because in the beginning of careers, just basically practice, right? You don't need any kind of smart strategies or... With F is Salesforce developer. That's a developer that writes code for Salesforce. Yeah, the mentoring part, I agree. Mentors are the biggest life hack in everywhere. Hi Cult, welcome. Oh my god, Joker. Go chill for 30 minutes. What the hell? just don't try to, like, I don't know. You at this point you're not asking questions. That's like, you're very strange. Let's not do that here. If you have questions, if you want to like participate, that's not a problem, but I kind of please be respectful. Here we go. We have here dictatorship of me on the channel. No assault on Salesforce. No insults, sorry. No insults on Salesforce. What are you building? Glad that you ask. I love answering this question. I am building a coding school for Salesforce development. Basically, the idea behind the school is that you should be able to go from zero, kind of lead code, yeah, but for Salesforce, because it exists for any other language that you can think of, Python, JavaScript, Java, all of that. Even if you go to lead code, right? You go to lead code, you can practice problems in all the other possible languages. But guess what? There is no Apex. So we're building this for Apex. Let's see, are there any... Is there like lead code languages? Java, Python, JavaScript. Yeah, so in a lot of these platforms you can practice, but there's no such thing for Salesforce, so we're building this thing. Do you know the difference between custom setting and custom metadata? I asked because I didn't know when asking an interview. I know that there are differences, like one of them has certain fields and one of them doesn't really have any fields. Not any fields. Like all of them have fields, but like one of them has relationships fields, one of them doesn't have lookups. But besides that, I don't really know. Well, I also know that you custom settings you cannot deploy, right? And custom metadata you can deploy. I think those are no idea actually. This is, this is type of things that you would usually Google or something. Okay, so the topic number 2 is done. Nice. Topic number 3 will be easy because only 2. That's about industry, that's correct. And that's about the... Wait. Aha, okay. So that was wrong. Okay, topic 4. I'm seeing that Apex SQL is SQL. What are the difference? No, this is what you see. It's SOQL, so it's SOQL. It's so it's basically SQL for Salesforce. It's much easier than SQL itself, though, and I'm really happy about that. Salesforce Object Query Language, yeah. Oh, okay. So this combining conditions, this is retrieve accounts where billing is industry and blah blah blah. Yeah, I hope that's the right one. I'm curious to see how many tasks in total we're gonna have once we upload everything. My dream is to have 1000 tasks. This is my goal. If I have if I have 1000 tasks, I will be able to say super confidently that this is the way to start. This is the way to go. Okay, the next one. Okay, that's a big one. We are definitely approaching 200 tasks, which would be around 20% only of what I dream about. I wonder how long it's gonna take until someone else gonna start the same thing as I do now. So far, I know a few people who are working approximately on the same things, but still not really. I mean, they have less sophisticated approach in general. Okay, I think this is done. Topic 6. Oh, this is a huge one. Omar, hi. Which Notion template are you using? I don't really use... Cult. I thought... In the beginning, I thought you really started the same thing as I. So Omar, back to your question. I don't use any Notion template, just write Notion on my own. Okay, number 7. I mean, it's quite simple. Look, it's just text here and then this thing and blah blah blah. Apexsandbox is a website similar to yours. Yes, and Campapex. They're similar, but the problem with them is that they are basically just a collection of tasks. I think Campapex is the nearest one. But what they don't have is that they don't take it seriously. It's like a hobby project. For me, it's not a hobby project. For me, it's everything that I do. And the difference in quality is going to be so huge. Even if you go to Apexsandbox, right? Apexsandbox. This is just a collection of tasks. It's so different in comparison where you have a topic and then you practice the topic, like the theory. The theory is also huge in the course, right? So for example, I have here simple Apex triggers. This is, and I wrote this part on the stream, this is the most sophisticated article I could write about triggers. And this is something that all these platforms that they don't have. And this is only the beginning, right? So this is only 53 days of the platform. And imagine how it's going to be in the next 53 days, right? This is going to be, it's going to be so different. And yeah, they do similar things, but at the end, this what you have here is basically something that takes you from complete beginner to the actual some knowledge, right? So it's structured, it's thoughtful, and I've been teaching for the last 2 years, so I know how you need to structure the thing to actually teach you. And how do you do interview prep? I don't do interview prep. The fear in your eyes, yeah, the fear in my eyes, cult. I don't do interview prep, at least now. Well, I do it with my students, where with my students that I teach how to code. But I'm not gonna do it on the platform, if that's what you mean. The idea behind this business is that I can focus on my strength, actually. Okay, I read it on your website, so I thought it was included. Oh, really? You mean here? Prepare for coding interviews. That's what you mean. Okay. Well, this is actually a really good feedback. I might need to change it, because I'm not directly preparing you, but you are preparing to the coding interviews, because I plan to include data structures and algorithms. This is the topic that I want to include, and this is kind of direct preparation for the coding interview in most cases. So this is what I mean by preparing for the coding interview. Not that I go and do one-to-one with people interview prep. Basically, I already talked about this. With this platform, I wanna focus on my two biggest strengths. My biggest strength is creating teaching content. I know that my teaching content is good. And second threat, I mean, this is my biggest thing. And second is writing and creating teaching materials. This is something that I'm really good at, and this is something that I can definitely beat even Salesforce in these cases. I think. I don't know. But I feel like this is my strength, and I want to focus on this platform that's going to allow me to basically focus on these two things. What framework is this using? We're using for the platform, we're using Next.js on the front end and Express.js on the back end. Yeah, because the one-to-one mentoring that I'm doing now, this is so draining. I'm sleeping now. Have a nice day. See you again. Yeah. See you on the streams. Insert. It's been a while since I saw you here on the streams. How are you? Feels good to see that I have almost 200 tasks. Soon. Let's check this one, task number 3. Case number, yes, that's correct. Because I'm afraid that I'm gonna put it into the wrong one. Nice, and 6 tasks here, and we're basically done with this. Okay, 172 tasks, nice. Okay, looks like we are done with the list uploading the tasks. Wow. Now we need to put them into the right topics. So here we have topics, and we need to find the right circle topics, and we need to put them there. So, for example, testing triggers, best practices, practice cases, common mistakes, so trigger stuff, child to parent. Where do we have child to parent? Child to parent, and now we need to put them as a strings here in the child to parent, here in the tasks as array. I'm glad that I don't need to upload anything. Just modify directly in that base. Wait, ah damn it. All of that goes not to parent to child, all of that goes child to parent. Ah damn it. Okay. Cancel. Child to parent, that goes here, child to parent. That was close to making a mistake. But now it looks good. Child to parent. They're just in a different order. Here, child to parent first, and here's parent to child first. Okay, whatever. Now let's modify this one. This is parent to child, so this goes and has here. Oh. So we have 6 in total. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this one done. This one done as well. Group by. What's going on here with music? Okay, replace group by, done. Feels so good. Now aggregate functions. Oh, and I already have quite a lot. Just gonna add more, I guess. Nice. So we're gonna end up with really a lot of tasks. This is, by the way, this is a wrong data model. So if you wonder what's the problem here, it should be other way around. Because on this task, we should have created a field that would be a lookup to what module it is. It would be complicated, more complicated from the logic from the querying perspective, but it would be easier from the data model perspective. But it is what it is right now. It doesn't matter. If platform works, it doesn't matter. Aggregate functions. Done. Bam. What else? Working with dates. Done. Let me change again the music. What this is, I don't know. What's going on with music? A little bit annoying at this point.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, the church bells ring every hour or so. I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in. The sun rose up right above the highway. Black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway. It's like the day that you jump into the wind. I can't go back down to that water again.
Combining conditions done. Limit. Only to here. Where? Close. Nice. Ah, here. They were close. 12 here. Okay. I hope I just miscalculated how many I need. 6 plus 12 should be actually 18. Oh, it should be 5. Ah, okay. No, that's fine. That's fine. Please. And the only one left. This one. Only 4 here. Done. Oh. Oh. Done. Finally. Finally. Let's see if that has any... Is there still any sound? I don't hear anything. Wait. Ah, okay. Now I hear. I guess they're just not in production. Yeah, I guess they're just not in production. Sasha's gonna fix it. But our part at this point, I think it's done. I think we don't have anything else to do for this. Socle query is done. So at the end, how many tasks we have? 172 tasks in total on the platform already. This is 72 tasks more than I thought initially, but it's good because more tasks, more practice. Whew, that was something. That was something. Okay, let's check out what... I don't even know what to do after this. Well, I'm probably gonna... Yeah, well, I know what to do, because at least we know that this one... It actually took me much less time than I thought. Nice. Done, done. Awesome. So I think the next, what I'm gonna do is that I will try to see what is the Salesforce API and how can I try to run code that would be written in these topics. and then I'm gonna try to create topics for that. It's a little bit in advance because we're still trying to make sure that the Sokol works, but yeah, this one I think it's gonna be a little bit hard, but I think it's gonna be actually easier than creating Sokol tasks. But yeah, let's see. What actually gonna be hard is creating not the Sokol or trigger tasks. Actually hard is gonna be all the topics after triggers. For example, trigger handlers, because they require different things. Simple sphere, nice. See, I gave you a badge, I think. No, wait, you don't have a badge. Ay. Do you have a Figma for your website UI? I do have Figma for my website UI. I wouldn't say it's awesome. Especially, here's the one page that I don't really like, is the profile page. Look at this if I just make it. Why is it so big? Why is it so big? And this is the way we designed it. I mean, the developer didn't do anything. That's the way we designed it. It definitely doesn't look like it's supposed to look. Yeah. We're also gonna add some achievements, but it definitely needs to get smaller. It's so unproportionally huge. But I would say that the main page is already done here, and it's even working. It's designed for kids. I will. So Simple Sphere, have you seen? The Discord marked your message as a violence with the "I will hit you." Nice. Yeah, hit me on Discord. Yeah, it is kind of designed. It's very strange design. I actually agree. I mean, the main page design is actually really nice, but everything else, this one, man, it doesn't look great. Totally doesn't. This thing, I think it looks nice. I think it's okay. At least for an MVP, I think it's good. And then if we actually, so yeah, definitely, but the profile section, wow, that sucks. That sucks. Okay, let's see what Salesforce can actually do with their tools, with the tooling API. Python. Can you tell me what this is about? You're a dev building your business in public. I'm kind of a dev, but I'm only half dev, I would say. I am mostly founder, which means do everything. We're building a coding school here, basically a platform where you can learn how to code, but this platform is specific for Salesforce. I have worked a lot with marketing companies and kind of can help with the conversion in terms of landing pages. Yeah, I mean, if you have few ideas, write me. It's also not everything that I'm gonna be implementing for conversion. I wanna do the multi-step form. Your module's link is open. Really? But you mean you can access it without being registered? Don't think so. Modules. No, I don't think. How can you? Even if you log in, you still. Ah, really? So if it flashes, it means you can pause it at some point, and you can access it. Kind of interesting. It is the middleware. Yeah, it's the middleware. Yeah. That is not working as intended. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I kind of yeah, I mean, for a second it shows and then it's gone. I agree. But it's still impossible for you to solve the tasks there, right? If you're not logged in. Or can you actually? Did not try it. I see. Yeah, no, I hope it should be impossible. Because I mean I have a user in the database, so if I don't activate user, I think it should not. Yeah, I think without me activating the user, you should not be able to do anything at all. Maybe it flashes for a second, I don't know. Actually, for conversion, what I think about is creating a multi-step form, something similar to this one. Open as incognito in Chrome. Okay. And then inspect. Settings icon. Settings icon. Okay. Settings. And then is it this one? Disable JavaScript. I see. But this is debugger. Well, I mean, I can also open Arc. Look at this! Look at this! What the hell? Look at this! But then you cannot get... Then you cannot get the modules. Then the whole point is gone. Yeah, but this is interesting. Variables. Why is it? It's because of different types of rendering, right? We are rendering this part. We are doing some kind of what? We're probably doing server-side rendering for this one. It's definitely the difference between client and server-side rendering, right? Correct. Yeah. Nice, nice. I know something about Next.js. Look. And for the DB part. It is most likely making API call with the user ID, which is not present, hence it does not fetch any data. Ah. Yeah, possible. Possible. Yeah, security is really bad at this point. The other pages most likely coded in the pages in terms of plain text. Yes. I think so, yeah. I think you're right. There are a lot of things to take in consideration. Yeah, that's true. But do you think it matters? But I'm happy that you're making Yeah. I think all of that is really important when we make enough revenue, right? It is better to get an MVP out rather than nothing. Yeah, I agree. If someone's gonna find some really tricky way to use it for free, let them use it. Like, if you found the way, use it. But I think most people won't be able to do that, because I'm targeting people who don't know how to code, right? So, yeah. You will always be able to track that. If you can, here's the thing, if you can read this platform without paying, it means you don't need this platform. That's the thing. It's a really nice checker. Let me enable JavaScript. But this is a nice hack. Now I think, what else can I hack by just disabling the JavaScript part? But yeah, it's definitely we need. Here's lots of things you could actually do. Yeah, I bet all of this is quite a solved problem in Next.js. Yeah, the biggest problem is that all of this is irrelevant if we don't ship MVP, right? I don't know if you missed it, Simple Sphere, but we had a first sale. Oh, it was quite cool. I think 2 days ago. So it kind of the first validation, I would say. Thank you. And the guy is really helping me now with the platform. So he's sending all the bugs that he can find. Super good. Thank you. A plunged around on Product Hunt. No, I don't think so, because there was not a single product on Product Hunt from the Salesforce community. So the point is launching on Product Hunt is only if you have your target audience there, right? And the target audience is definitely not in Product Hunt. You think so? You should, but like no one from the Salesforce community is in Product Hunt. Why would they? Product Hunt. Why is it so? This is not the first time that people say for me for Product Hunt. Like, that's. I definitely got at least like a couple of times that people said to me that, hey, go and launch on Product Hunt. Why is it so awesome? It's because you have a lot of marketers in there. But the point, so what's the goal when people launch in Product Hunt? Isn't the goal to just actually get the sales? And they help share the word about your product. Okay. No. So I thought basically Product Hunt is where you... Okay, let's see. So top products launching today. It's mostly for awareness. Okay. To promote the product. But is it like... Okay, I don't actually know, because if people don't know about your product, how will they even purchase it? Once you promote the product, you can convert them into sales. Yeah, but the problem is that no one even know, like, this platform is specifically for people who are working with Salesforce. Are there any people who are working with Salesforce on Product Hunt? I'm not really sure, because there are not that many people in total, actually. Okay, let's see what they actually have on Product Hunt. So they have me to spreadsheet automate Excel reports without computer science degree, Toasty Pet Care, accounts for CFOs and B2B finance team, Bing Playground. So in my opinion, so Product Hunt is something that you launch if you in previous companies I've worked, a lot of PMs actually spend time on Product Hunt to get apps to improve the productivity of their stuff. This is interesting. This is interesting. Huh. Yeah, well, from my basic Salesforce knowledge that I had, they constantly looked for email templates on Product Hunt or other places. Interesting. Let's see if they have something related to Salesforce. Launches. Jot form for Salesforce. Powerful forms smartly integrated with Salesforce. They got 257 upvotes. So basically there is Salesforce folks on the Product Hunt, right? Productivity. Interesting. That opens for me a new perspective. Do you think it's a lot of work to launch on Product Hunt? So basically that's, I need to fill out description probably, and well, let's see.
Need to power up your Salesforce data collection? Look no further than...
Think about it this way, it is not to sell, but to get in touch with corporate people who would using, it's just like LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is interesting. Then it's really interesting. I will totally look at this option. It's not a lot of work. Yeah, this is what I also think. If I have already everything in place, all the descriptions, everything, then I think it's gonna be just basically putting it out. Okay. Let's see how this guys what
than JotForm for Salesforce. Our no-code form builder lets you create powerful, fully customized online forms in seconds directly within your Salesforce account. You can connect form data with custom or standard Salesforce objects like leads, accounts, and contacts.
I see.
But it doesn't stop there. With JotForm for Salesforce, you can leverage our full suite of automation tools to do even more with your submissions. With built-in features for collecting e-signatures, dynamic prefill, creating a shareable app, generating custom PDF documents, and much more. There's no end to the ways you can automate your workflow within Salesforce.
Okay, that's typical B2B video, but it's free. Showing like your data, and then people leave here reviews. Launch happened 6 months ago. Okay. Yeah, I see there are some projects that are getting quite a bit of reviews. Nice. Clearbit Salesforce, report you for Salesforce. What does this thing has to do with the Salesforce? Nothing. Drift plus Salesforce integration. Okay, so even super tech thing like this, for example, with the integration, even this thing can go on Product Hunt. Does not recommend. Oops, that looks like not a good launch. You might want to try Indie Hacker as well. A lot of resources to help you to launch better. You mean Indie Hacker like, do you mean anything Indie Hacker like the website? Indie hacker. This one? How I got 200 plus users in the first 24 hours. Nice. $200 sign up users. Wow, this is crazy. Hmm. Spent a lot of time trying to build my own SaaS, but never fully committed to it. Yeah, I see. As a hobby project, that's hard. That's hard thing. Like, you know, the most fun part of coding is actually coding something that you like. But then I think the most unfun part is actually trying to market these things or creating. For me, the unfun part is creating tasks. This is the core of my product, but it's still not the best. Something that I like. It's CTA. Yeah, I was basically rejecting the thing about those things because I kind of assumed immediately that there is no target audience on this platform, but kind of should actually go and check out Product Hunt. I mean, there's definitely a lot of this thing. It's not like you can just go write whatever you want to write and that's gonna perform any well. You definitely need to think and follow some best practices on Product Hunt, right? So I'm gonna need to read about these things. Oh, for example, this one. Is Product Hunt still the best option for launching products? These platforms are mostly for networking, not for just selling. The more people know about you, the more chances you have to succeed. Yeah, I agree. It's not necessary. It's not necessary so that they will immediately buy this thing. Just reach in general is important for sure. Because they might not buy, but they might know someone who wanna buy it. Or maybe at some point there's gonna be maybe this tool is gonna be some PM, for example, gonna see it and they're not gonna buy it, but then they're gonna see then some other developer, they're gonna hear that this developer wanna learn how to code, or like this admin wanna learn how to code, and they're like, oh, a couple of days ago I heard about this platform. Do you wanna try? And when they see the awesome website, of course they're gonna they're gonna try it. Interesting. Yeah, the only one thing that I still wanna there's still a lot of work for the platform itself, so it's not like we can launch this or next month. We're still gonna need a lot of work on the platform. The most bottleneck of the platform is not Next.js, is not tech, is articles and tasks. This is the biggest bottleneck. I was kind of lucky because I had already a lot of teaching material before, but now I don't have. Now I have to write everything. And writing, I think the last time what I wrote here about triggers, and it took me at least, I don't remember anymore how long it took me, but I think it took me at least 3 days to write this thing. And I'm sure there's a lot of grammar mistakes, there's a lot of stuff that is not working. Like this guy who bought the platform, he's sending me now every day different bugs and all of that. So it's still a lot of work for the platform. Still a lot of work. I don't want to think about how much work it is. I just wanna just wanna do the work. And the problem is that it's not something that I can delegate to someone. It's not that, because with the platform, with the coding itself, this is where I got lucky with Sasha and I hired Sasha. But with this thing, it's basically impossible to find anyone because you need to have a certain style of writing. You need to understand Salesforce. You need to understand how to write. You need to be good in English, and you need to have certain teaching skills. So it's definitely it's super hard to find someone. And even if I can find someone, I'm not really sure that I have the resources to pay them, because it must be a developer. Um, I don't know. Would be nice to have someone who would help me with resources, because this is the biggest bottleneck. If I can actually find someone who will, for example, write for me at least a couple of articles, that would be so much. That would help me a lot. It would accelerate me, because each article is like 3-4 days for me. If I can find someone, can you send me a message on the Discord? I work for free. Where can I help? No. Unless you're experienced Salesforce developer, then I don't think that you would be working for free. Oh, someone is writing in Russian on the guys. If you're Russian, go away. As soon as I can block my channel for Russians, I'm gonna block it. For whatever reason, Russians, when they go on the stream, they hear someone with a Slavic accent, they immediately assume that this person is from Russia. What the hell? You know, there are all other Slavic countries, not only Russia. Okay, where can I ban this user? Hide user from on this channel. I'm gonna put it in timeout. This is a total dictatorship. No Russian is allowed on this. Okay, I can send you. Are you in the Discord? Simple Sphere. Yeah, when you just join Discord, it's so confusing, right? I know if you're using Discord, but it's interesting. Could you maybe write something in the introduction or in general so that it can spot you, or I don't know, put an emoji here on this post? Because if you put emoji, I think I can click on you and I can find you, I think. All right. I think you also need to add me, or at least apply the request. Yeah, it's a little bit the whole messaging part on Discord is a little bit. This is not like it's truncated for the stream here, so people don't really see your name, how you subscribe there. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. If you send me some resources, would be nice. Yeah, Simple Sphere. See you. Nice to have you here. It's N for Navalny. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the progress. I'm super happy how platform looks in just 53 days. It's awesome. Okay, so I think what I should do now is I'm gonna try to create task for triggers. So because now for triggers, if you go to triggers, the way we have practice is just with these cases, and I want to put these cases into the triggers, and it's gonna be hard because we cannot do it the same way as we're doing, for example. So we have right now we have 3 different types of checking tasks. The first type is this one, and this is the most straightforward that you can imagine. Basically here, the task, let's say we take this one, task 2, we have var1 and so on, right? So this is the most straightforward. For example, integer var1 equal to blah blah blah, and like this. This code is there are some tests that are pre-written for this code, and this code is sent to the Salesforce, and it is running on the Salesforce as an anonymous window, as anonymous code. There's such concept in Salesforce, anonymous code. We cannot really do it with SOQL queries, because for SOQL queries we would need to create a lot of data before in the system. So we can't do it with the SOQL queries. So the SOQL queries, we're checking everything on the front end. Now with the triggers, we cannot do both of them. We have to find another way, because for the triggers, we cannot use anonymous window. This is what I think. This is my theory for now. I don't really know if that's true or not. And this is something that I want to check right now. But before I do that, I'm going to write down for me, because you open up for me the idea, simple sphere, that I can actually go and launch on the product hunt. And even if it's gonna make me one more sale, even if it's gonna make me 0 sale, but it's gonna increase awareness about my product, that's still worth it. Let me just write down in my bank of ideas. Launch on product hunt. Because I'm definitely gonna need to watch a little bit of videos how to do it. Okay, so this is one thing. So another thing, let's try to actually see if we can execute triggers immediately in the anonymous window. If we could, it would be so much simpler, but I think we can't. And where's my Xcode draft, by the way? So this is done. The next one would be, the second one is check, or I would say research, how to check triggers. And the third one would be fix existing code. There's one fundamental problem to the existing tasks. Delete records. There's one fundamental problem that I currently have with the tasks on the platform. And the problem is that whenever we have a task, we insert actually own data into the org of the user. This is completely not something that you should do. Imagine if you just subscribe to some platform to practice there, and this platform inserts data in your org. Definitely not the best thing. So we're gonna need to fix it. But before that, this is something that I can do once Sasha is working on the triggers, because I'm not gonna have a lot of work for that one. For this one, for the triggers, I need to do work in advance. So I need to do basically research in advance. And that's something that I want to do now. And before I do all of that, I've been streaming for 2 hours, so I kind of want to make a small coffee break. And if you look at my coffee, you can see why, because my coffee is running out. So coffee break, let's say it's what? Let's make it like 10 minutes. 15:45 till 15:55. All right? See you in 10 minutes, guys. Is it possible to get Discord invite? Yes. If you're not from Russia, then yes. I wonder why they always expire, because I always set them at never expire, and then they always expire. That's quite funny, but yeah. And the biggest fun thing in Discord is actually, but living in Denmark, so English isn't an issue. Yeah, no, I'm just asking because first I'm from Ukraine, so I have right now my small sister hiding from rockets somewhere in a very dark place instead of, I don't know, having a childhood or something. So I am very much dislike anyone from from Russia. And for whatever reason, I mean, I know the reason. My accent is quite Slavic, right? Uh, I have quite a few people who are actually going to the stream and like, why are you not like, hello, fellow brother from Russia? And I hate it so much. Oh my god. Not everyone with a Slavic accent is from Russia. Come on, guys. We have so many Slavic countries. But yeah, join the Discord. The biggest fun part of the Discord is actually the voice channels that we've done. New members, here we go. We've done, I think, yesterday, a voice channel, and it was so good because finally I could hear your voice. I could speak to you guys. I could hear. We could discuss something together. That was so good. I don't really have any idea how we're gonna proceed with this, but that was really awesome. I loved it. So probably we could do something similar. And maybe we could. So something that I think I'm good at is LinkedIn. If someone is growing on LinkedIn, yeah, makes sense then. Yeah, I just see Ivan, so I I was concerned. That's why. Yeah, I would actually like. So here's what I would like to have. If someone is writing on LinkedIn, and if you're struggling with LinkedIn, I'm gonna help you for free on these voice events. I I don't know. So I'm big on LinkedIn. Big. I mean, big in terms of I'm nerdy on LinkedIn. I love LinkedIn. I'm spending a lot of time writing for LinkedIn and being on LinkedIn. Um, yeah. So I'm a big fan of it. So if anyone needs help, I'm very much open. And we already did on stream. We already helped, I think, Srinivasa once. I'm not really sure. I probably need to get back to him and ask how is it going, because I haven't seen him posting that much. Let's see what Jordan's writing here. The biggest advantage I have over my competitors, my reputation. Since I started consulting, I had one goal with each client. Here's 3 magic words: I trust you. I actually agree. Trust you. Yeah, that's a good thing. In business, these 3 words are more valuable than any ad. They're the secret to your success, and they're earned. People don't care what you do; they care who you are. So how do you earn reputation? Be reliable. Always meet deadlines. Communicate clearly and often. Under-promise and over-deliver. Yes. Yes, this one, under-promise and over-deliver, it's actually something quite hard. Because the first, and this is my experience. The first thing that you want to do is over-promise. And then when you over-promise, it's almost impossible to over-deliver. Because if you already promise that you're gonna do that much, oh, I'm gonna go and one-to-one teach you, or I'm gonna do that, and that for you. It's so hard to over-deliver because you already promised everything that you can do for a person, and then it's actually hard to deliver, right? So this is a hard one. Be generous, help others succeed, share your expertise without expectation, celebrate the achievement of your peers. Yeah, I agree. Be generous is quite cool. But again, it's much harder. It's easy to say, hard hard to do. Be authentic. This is the big one. This is a really big one. Because you can hide, in a lot of cases, you can hide behind on not so much on YouTube, but so much more on LinkedIn behind your writing. You can hide behind uh Cult, I trust you. I trust should I trust you, Cult? Yeah, you can hide behind your writing or writing style. So it's hard. Be consistent. This is the most hardest part, the hardest part. Be engaged. This is I think it's fine. That's it for today's post. Link comment. Okay. Nice post. Nice post. I would say the hardest one is actually be consistent and be authentic. Those are the hardest one. These two are the hardest to achieve for me. Be consistent and be authentic. That's fine. No, I need some kind of powerful ending on this one. The hardest to achieve for me. I noticed you're using MacBook. Which one, may I ask? Currently looking to getting M3 myself now, but wondering about what people recommend. Uh, I have no idea which one I'm using. I know it's MacBook Pro. I don't know which one. MacBook Pro. Let's do it in English because MacBook Pro. Mind blowing, head turning. Okay. I think I have this one. What are the prices? I have the smaller one. Come on, show me the prices. Bye. Yeah, I think I have this one. I think I have this one. I have MacBook for when I went full time into my business. I bought myself a MacBook because for the first time in the last 5 years, I was all the time in the 5 years I was using laptops of the companies that I was working on in. And for the first time, I didn't even have a laptop, so I had to buy a MacBook for me. And no, I didn't have to buy the MacBook itself, but my girlfriend had a sale as a student for MacBooks, and I think it was around 20% or 15%. And I got basically this AirPods for free, the best one, and I got also sale for this one. So I bought MacBook for I think 2k euros with AirPods. It was really good, really good deal. I love it. I don't have any complaints to say about MacBook. There are a few really strange features in MacBook that I'm missing from Windows. For example, copy pasting, where you can copy paste a lot of things into the buffer, and it gets saved, and then you can. I think it's called clipboard in Windows. It's a really good feature that is missing from MacBook. It's one of the best features, and it's still missing from MacBook. But except of this, MacBook is working excellent. I don't have any complaints. it's working well for streaming. It's working well for editing, for coding. I think it's actually a really really cool thing. I don't know. Could you get the same quality for the same money? Probably yes. But if you don't want to go and try to understand different laptops, what they mean, like how to find the best quality, if you don't want to have all of this headache, I think if you just buy a MacBook, it's gonna be good. I was concerned when I was buying. I was concerned that it's gonna be a little bit of annoying thing with learning how to deal with, but at the end it was actually quite good. Okay, let's see. These two are the hardest to achieve for me. It's so easy to hide behind writing and copying other ideas. I create, the better it feels. But the more authentic content I create, the better it feels. I would say the less pressure I feel, like this. Yeah, it's funny that Jordan has his business called Simple Salesforce, because I without knowing this, um called my Discord channel as Simple Business, but we I promise I didn't want to do that. Process automation, data migration. Very simple website, right? Get started, and get started goes to Calendly. Yeah, right? Very, very simple website, and I think it's converting well. I think M3 came out during October, November, so they're quite new. Ah, really? I know that there's been switch into different chip, but I have no idea about all of these things. Like really. I have really no idea. Even though like I'm a developer, but I have zero interest in laptops and computers. Okay, so it's almost 24 hours since the last post. 12,000 impressions. I would say it's good. It's funny how amount of likes don't really translate into amount of impressions directly. At least not proportionally, because there's a difference in LinkedIn where you post go as much. So it's possible that you're gonna have less likes, but you're gonna have more impressions because your audience gonna see it at least. And it's possible that you're gonna have more likes and not that many impressions because, again, for the same reason, because algorithm will decide that your post is not interested for people outside of your following. So basically, to the degree that your post is interesting for outside of your following, it will be shown to the outside of the following. And I think it's quite great if you look at any posts that are related, that my personal posts, and actually only people who are really know me can relate to that. I think yeah, no, this is actually was performing well. I don't have an example right now, but sometimes it's unproportional. Like for example, I can get 100 likes. Here's an example. I have here 100 something likes, but it has 15,000 impressions. I have on this one, I have 200 something likes, but it has only 12,000 impressions. Okay, of course it's gonna take a little bit of time, but still it shows the difference in amount of impressions and likes. So they are not correlating one to one. Do you think LinkedIn is a good place to find jobs as software devs? I'm currently studying computer science And I've been told once I'm ready to search for a job, then LinkedIn is the best place. Yeah, I think pretty much. I think pretty much LinkedIn is the best place. At least, I think most. I don't think that LinkedIn directly is that you should apply on the LinkedIn itself, but searching for jobs, I think on LinkedIn is a good way. And especially you can go search here for the jobs, and you can go then to the websites of the companies and then see if they have any openings on the websites. Or you can also search not only for the jobs, and this is the life hack. You can also search for people who are working in the same industry, and then you can see for what companies they're working, and then you can go to their website again and see if they have any openings. So yeah, I think LinkedIn is great. But I think the biggest you need LinkedIn if you have any kind of business that where you're selling either to developers or founders or anyone who is like in the professional B2B sphere. If you're not using LinkedIn, I think you're missing out a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so let's actually go and try see if I can insert a trigger in developer console. I don't think I will be able to do that, but let's try. Let's see. For example, I wanna solve. Where are my triggers? Okay, triggers, practice cases. Nah. Let's write on our own completely. Let's write a trigger on my own. So here, let's say. Damn it! I cannot write a trigger on my own because I don't remember the syntax. Damn it. Okay, this is a good example. Let's see if I can execute this thing here in the console. Execute. Unexpected token trigger. Damn it. Okay, it means that I cannot really use tooling API for, so I cannot really use anonymous API for executing this trigger. It means that I'm gonna have to do some other tricks. Okay, so this is the task, research triggers API. Let's see, it's gonna be not the easiest thing. Just Mars, hi. Where are you from? I'm from Ukraine, but I've been living in Germany for the last 6 years. Body, blah blah blah. Okay, let's see usage. To retrieve information about an Apex trigger, create an Apex trigger object that references it. For example, code C soap calls. Okay. To edit, save, or compile triggers, use Apex trigger member. Through Apex classes and triggers have the create and update field properties. A runtime exception occurs if you try to create, update, or delete them using API. Instead, use Salesforce extension for Visual Studio Code or the Ant migration tool to create or update Apex classes or triggers. Apex classes and triggers can be created, edited, or deleted in a production org. This is okay, but can I... The question is, can I run Apex triggers from... well, What the hell, just Mars? Where are you from? Like, is it kind of like Russian attack on me? What the hell? No, I'm joking. Of course, it's not Russian attack. But please, N- I don't know if it's written in Ukrainian or Russian, but no Russian on this stream at all. In fact, if someone were gonna speak Russian on the stream, and in general to me, I hate Russian. I don't speak Russian, and I will never be speaking Russian. All right, let's focus on triggers. So, damn it, it really unfocused me. It really unfocused me. Yeah, so the question, can we execute a trigger from the Salesforce API? Can we execute a trigger, and I would say a trigger test from API? For that, I'm gonna use a simple, this is gonna be the trigger before insert, right? And then the code, the checking part will be quite easy. It's gonna be account equal to new account, and name would be equal to test, and it's gonna be insert account, and then assert is not null account.id, and then it's gonna be delete account. That's the plan. So if we send these two things as a string to the API, and if we're able to actually run this thing, okay, and another check should be assert are equal, and account, no, here education should be, right? Education. I am a little bit nervous right now because if this whole thing doesn't work, if the answer here is no, we are screwed, because we're gonna need to find another way. Do you mean Russian language or Russian people? Both. Especially Russian language. Right. Now, how do we test it? We need to test it with a postman. Let me find where's my postman. And for that, we need to connect to an org, and I don't really remember anymore. Don't save. I don't remember how to connect to the org, damn it. Probably let's try this postman, because maybe it has something saved there. Postman. I should have checked it actually before, because I don't know if it's gonna work. If it's not gonna work, we are really... It's really not good if it's not gonna work. Please work. Okay, so let's send this one. And we're getting some access token, okay. So now we can use this access token for instance URL. Yeah. I totally forgot how to send it, damn it. Tooling API in Salesforce, come on. REST overview. I think that's REST resources. Okay, so let's say we have here. I think that's what we need to use, this ending. Let's see. Services tooling, and let's say I'm gonna say anonymous. Yeah, execute anonymous. Let's say that. URL encode. Okay. Is it get or is it post? I think it's only get, right? Yeah, get here. Okay, so it's only get. Let's see. Oh yeah, session. Okay, so we need to put a header here. Params. Um, okay, I found another example. That's the working example. Anonymous body, blah blah blah, and then here we need to have headers, and we need to take this access token and put it in the header. Okay. Let's send it and see. Aha, okay. Nice. This is what I wanted. Okay, let's try this anonymous body. Compile true, success true. Okay, so we know how to communicate with the tooling with the help of the tooling API with the API in Salesforce. Now the next question is, can we send here a trigger? I don't see here a trigger. Damn, this is not good. This is not good at all. Okay. View all data and author Apex. Okay, let's see. Apex trigger member. Tooling API, Salesforce, Apex trigger member. How do we access those things? Is it the tooling API? Yeah, this is still tooling API. Wait, how do we? Hmm. Okay, to edit, save, or compile Apex trigger, create an Apex trigger member object that references it. To create a trigger, use REST API or metadata API. Okay, so let's have a look at the metadata API. Salesforce. Why can't just Salesforce just show me what is the metadata API? No, I don't care about the Salesforce CLI. Just show me the API. Can I talk to this API with the Salesforce instance? I think I can. So I don't understand. So here's okay. Look, so tooling API objects Apex trigger represents as the saved copy of an Apex trigger. Apex trigger uses the cached version of the class unless one is unavailable. To edit, save, or compile Apex trigger, use Apex trigger member. Save, what do they mean save? Is it like insert? Create. Okay, so supported REST API HTTP methods. Post. So I can, in theory, post this HTTP. Damn it, I really don't understand it. Why don't they give an example then? Tooling API. Because we are already using tooling API. Hmm. Okay, let's have a look at the examples. So they have here example with the S object, right? As an endpoint. Tooling S object. Name test container. Okay, ChatGPT. Let's ask ChatGPT. So I'm developing a platform that will allow users to write Apex code directly there. I want to write one for triggers. I'm using tooling API for ChatGPT to rescue. That's true. I'm kind of lost a little bit with those things. So come on, ChatGPT. Okay, so I can. Okay, so this is what ChatGPT says that you can use. Yes, you can use Salesforce tooling API to insert triggers into an org. The tooling API allows you to develop, compile, and deploy Apex code, including triggers programmatically. This is what I thought. This is what I suspect how it should work. Now, the problem is that in the description, they don't really show you the examples, right? So if you go here, you only see examples for this. You don't see examples for Apex triggers, but I suspect that it should be available because that does make sense to have a tooling API without supporting triggers. Create a metadata container first. Wow, okay. First, create a metadata container record. This container will be used to hold the trigger you are deploying. Ah, what? Next, create Apex trigger. Let's read about this thing. This is interesting. First, create a metadata container record. This container will be used to hold the trigger you're deploying. Next, create an Apex trigger member record. In the body of this record, you'll replace the source of your trigger, associate this member with a metadata container. Okay. Create a container async request to compile and deploy the trigger. Okay. Poll for deployment status. Wow. It's gonna be hard to implement. I already see if we need to make all of the steps, it's gonna be hard. I wonder if we can directly start with the Apex trigger member. Let's try it. Let's try with S objects. Ah, I see. So basically the Apex, I see. Now I understand this. Now I understand this thing. So basically in Salesforce, everything is done with the S objects. And they basically create for triggers as an S object. Yeah, S object. And the only thing that you do is basically inserting this S object into the system. It totally makes sense for me right now. It totally makes sense if it's true. If it's true, then it makes sense. If it's false, obviously it doesn't make sense. Let's try it out. So we have here S objects tooling, and that's gonna be S objects and Apex member. And that's gonna be the body. And that's gonna be post. Let's see. Look at this. It's missing this one. Okay, let's try. Let's try with this one. My container. Okay, so now we have ID of the container. Let's try it. Let's save it here. I have no idea what this container does or what it means. But now we can go and we can try to do not the container, but the Apex trigger member. And instead of container ID, we're gonna have this one, container ID, and then let's make it in one line, everything here. Okay, now we have the ID of this deployment. Wow, this is some crazy stuff here. And now we need to put the async request. Damn it, this is actually hard. This is, I mean, this is not, it's just not a pleasant way to implement this thing. Is check only, okay. And it's gonna be container async request. Okay. Okay, so how can I poll for um can I now run let's check. So if that worked, it should have created a new damn, how can I know? Because yeah, look, I think it worked because it's all in one line now. Damn, it's gonna be hard because now we only not only we need to take this thing, now we need to send an actual Apex code. Now we need to actually send this code to Salesforce. This thing. Which language is it, sir? It is Apex. Salesforce proprietary language. Is it the word? Proprietary, whatever. The closed language for Salesforce. And this is the difficulty. If it was just Java or Python, we would be able to just take a compiler and just compile and everything. And then on the backend, maybe even just in the Next.js, right? So it wouldn't be that difficult. But because it's Salesforce, we're gonna need to come up with those stupid workarounds. I mean, it's not really a workaround, but imagine how many. So only to insert the trigger, we need to do 3 API requests, and then we're also gonna need to send this as an anonymous Apex. So for one check, we are using 4 API requests, and these API requests, they're not endless in Salesforce. Information, company information, I think here we can see it. API requests, yeah, so far we have 74. We haven't done anything basically, but we already have 74, and the maximum is 15,000. It's not terrible. It's not great either. So now when we have the ID of the trigger, we actually don't really, so we're gonna save the ID because later we need to delete this. How could I now delete the trigger so that we don't pollute users org? The corrupt coder, welcome. Thank you for subscribing. I think a couple of days ago, someone with the name of Vim Lover joined the Discord. Quite a cool name. So to delete this thing, well, I already know I don't need this step of querying the trigger ID. I'm basically gonna save the trigger ID. Okay, let me save this thing first. Not this. So this is basically the steps that we need to do. Let me put it in the code here. 3 steps that we need. This is just creating a trigger, right? Creating trigger. Then the next step and you see it's only like 1 request. That's the problem, because if the user is gonna be, let's say on average I need to run 1 test 5 times. If we make 5 requests all the time, it's already 25 requests. So will I ever run out of the API limits actually? So let's say we have 15,000. Let's say on average I spent, let's make an upper bound. Let's say on average I spent let's say I spent on average 50 API requests for one task to solve. It's gonna be 300 tasks. Yeah, we definitely will not run out of the API requests. I should not think about this too much, because 300 tasks we not even have right now. Right now we are around 200. So if you go and try to solve the whole platform in 1 day, then probably you will run out of API limits. But if not, then I think we are safe. Okay, so this is creating a trigger. This is step number 1. Creating a trigger in the org. This is step number 1. Step number 2. is sending Apex code and running it with anonymous API. And the third one, deleting trigger or any records. Well, actually deleting first. We need to delete trigger records, delete trigger. And let me ask ChatGPT on this thing. So I plan to test those triggers by running anonymous code through the org. The problem in this case is that we are actually, for testing the triggers, we're actually going to insert data into the org, which is not ideal. So the problem in this case is that we always going to need to delete this data, which can lead to some triggers failing. Well, I mean, it should not, but still. The problem in this case is that we insert actual data into the org. Example. So I need to delete it all the time after the API call. Is there a way to isolate things that I am sending through API? Like, is it possible, for example, here's in my head how it could work, that we create some kind of container, and in this container we are pushing the code, and then at the end we just delete one container and everything's gone with the code that we have sent and with the code that we have executed and the records we create. Probably it's not possible. Can be challenging, yeah. Salesforce doesn't provide built-in mechanism like transactional rollback. Yeah, exactly, transactional rollback for anonymous Apex. I see. Okay, stretch used to mitigate. Use test data factory. Utilize. No, this is not possible. Implement a custom cleanup method. Yes, that's possible. Mechanism for test framework. Okay, so basically the answer, if you translate from ChatGPT language to normal language, the answer is no. The answer is no. All right, so yeah, let's probably delete this thing. Wait, delete. Yes. Let's try to send an API request. Now here we're gonna be sending this thing here, and it should work. Wait, this one should fail. So for that, I need to URL encode this thing in code. And I need to put it here into the anonymous window, into anonymous body, execute anonymous. Yeah, here. And let's see. Ah, damn it, session invalid. Wait, let me just take this part. Execute anonymous. And can I... tooling, execute anonymous. And it's gonna be get. Okay, now we have the... I will one question to ask. I will be online. You can give answer at least. Oops, I'm going out by Okay. So we have one. So that failed, which was expected because I expected it to fail. Actual null. Okay. Oh wait, this is this actually we need to query it again. Wait, count will be equal to select industry from count where ID equal to account.id. That's the proper test. Unexpected token equal. Yeah, damn it. That's right. But looks like it's inserting it. Let's see though if that, yeah, it doesn't prove anything. It doesn't really prove anything. It would insert in any case, right? It works. It works. Nice. It works. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so awesome. This works. This works. Nice. Which means that at this point, there's nothing that's gonna prevent us for executing this code. For executing triggers, for basically creating training materials for triggers, which is gonna be huge. This is a start of something really cool for Salesforce ecosystem. We don't have it yet, but we will have it in a couple of months. We will have it, and maybe even in 1 month. And once we have it, that's gonna change the way people learn triggers, I'm sure. I'm gonna make sure that this is gonna be the best trigger learning platform ever. And today's stream, it basically proves that it's technically possible to do what we want to do. If it's technically possible, from now on, it's basically just doing the steps to implement it. So there's nothing that could stop from now on. Nothing could stop us from actually implementing the thing that we want. And that's going to be huge for the Salesforce ecosystem. I am sure about that. I am so hyped. I cannot wait to actually implement this thing. And delete trigger. And for delete trigger, we're gonna need here to write the code how to delete it, and then we are set. But this is minor detail that's gonna be pretty easy. All right. I have in 7 meetings. I have another I have a meeting in 7 minutes, and after that maybe I'm gonna start the stream. Maybe not. Let's see. But yeah, thank you everyone for joining. For those who just watched for the first time, join Discord, and see you everyone either today or tomorrow. See you. And thank you for subscribing in the last minute. Thank you. And see you either in 1 hour or tomorrow. Bye bye.